What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and welcome in. We're here to enjoy the day. Honestly, I want to talk about the Activision Blizzard thing because that stuff is going crazy, going wild. I got the PlayStation set up in case we want to switch to Crash Team Rumble in a little bit. So, we'll go for like an hour or so, see how things go. But welcome in. I feel weird like doing like a birthday thing because, like when you title things and you make thumbnails and stuff, when you watch other people do it, you kind of like almost fool yourself into thinking that like other people make it for them. But then when you make it for yourself, it feels very like selfish to do. I'm also not even really a big birthday person. I like birthdays. I like my own birthday. But, like titling things like birthday live stream, it feels like Christy should like, it feels like it would come off better if she did it versus me. But hopefully I'm not just rambling. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I greatly appreciate, by the way, all the support, all the happy birthday wishes. Thank you guys so much. It's been a fun day. I haven't done much, honestly, a couple of videos and stuff, but hope everybody's doing good. I hope the Red Dead Remaster, I think it is real. What's the heart thing? Oh, does something happen when you do a heart? How do you get the hearts to come up? Does YouTube know it's my birthday? I know Twitter knows. I love Red Dead Redemption. I played it. Yeah, I want to play it again before the remaster, actually. Anything special planned? No, I'm done with videos. I have to edit. I have to actually cross this off. I have to edit one more video that I already recorded, and then I'm kind of done. And maybe I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, shoot. Maybe I have to record maybe one more video. But for the most part, no, I'm waiting for Christy to get out of work, and then we're going to order from a barbecue place. We pick a place, every year. I normally do Red Lobster. Red Lobster is kind of my go-to, but last year I did a barbecue place. This year I'm doing a different barbecue place. I like barbecue, so we'll do stuff like that, and then the presents. They're not wrapped. They're just in our closet, so I'll have those and go from there. Thank you for Alex's B-Day today. Stay awake. Time for a drink. Was about to go take a nap. Oh, yeah. Well, and you were busy playing Final Fantasy for the last 50 hours or so. I'm almost done. I wanted to do a review by now on Final Fantasy 16, but I'm not done yet, and I just feel the way the story is going and the way the boss fights are going, how can I do a review without beating it? I have 3.5 main missions left. I should be able to beat it today. Should be able to beat it tonight. So I'm going to do it tonight. Review should be up tomorrow. I actually do have a Final Fantasy video coming up after this video, after this live stream. There'll be a Final Fantasy video. So I want to do more on it, and I want to do a review, but I got to beat it. Oh, wicked. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I'll show what I'm going to do, because I don't know what specifically I got for my birthday, but I know that I'm mainly getting Funkos and like older games. So the older games actually make sense to do a video on Back to the Past. So what I'm going to do is tomorrow, I'm going to do a video where I go through whatever games that I get. So that'll be a video on there. Maybe the Patreon video can be any Funko Pops that I get. I wanted to do like a ranking video of my Funko Pops for a Patreon/YouTube member video. We've been trying some different stuff for those videos. I think they're rather fun. So I was considering that eventually, and we'll do that. But thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. No, I appreciate all your... No, so... Thank you. So right now what we have, if you didn't watch the video, and the reason I just didn't change the background, this is just from the video I already made. So Red Dead Redemption was rated in South Korea like last night, earlier today, and it's rated as its own game, right? So it's not the 2010 game. So either it's getting a remaster, either it's getting a remake, or it's coming out, say, like on Switch. Those are really the only options. There were long rumors of a remaster/remake for Red Dead like 2-3 years ago, and for the last 2-3 years. So that's what I think it is for sure. I think it's a remaster. I think you're going to get a Red Dead remaster. And because it's rated, that means the game's coming out within the next maybe half year or so. Like hopefully by the end of this year, we'd get whatever. If it's coming on Switch, it would be out on Switch by then. If it's a remaster, maybe November or December it would happen. But that's what they're saying. I wonder if a remake of Arkham games. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do, Mr. Wayne on Twitter. I'm gonna start doing it. I actually have my own thing that I'm gonna start doing on Twitter, which is, what's the word? Like, I'm doing it because of him. He influenced me. Is that the right word? He inspired me to do it. But I'm gonna do something actually kind of similar to the Arkham stuff. But every day, I will quote tweet his tweet, and we will get the Arkham Origins thing going. I'm dead serious. I think Arkham Asylum, something's going to happen for that game before Origins. That's my prediction. I've made videos on that, but I really do believe games that came out, 2009, that era, they're getting remade. They're getting remastered. Now, it did get remastered, right, in the Return to Arkham collection, but I have a feeling in the next half decade, next 5 years, I think Arkham Asylum is going to get a remake. It would get a remake, which would be tough without Kevin Conroy, but you just keep the same lines. You wouldn't add anything, right? But I honestly think that'll happen. Arkham Origins deserves it. I think Arkham Origins will eventually happen, but I actually have a funny feeling about Asylum. I also think Uncharted 1 and Assassin's Creed 1. I think those are games that can happen. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. You make me feel loved. We're gonna talk about the Activision Blizzard thing. Just see if there's any. If you want me to talk about anything specific, leave it in the chat. I'll respond to any specific questions. But I want to do the Activision Blizzard stuff, and then is there any news that like Star Wars Eclipse? There was that rumor that it's gonna come out in 2026. I was considering that for a video, but I didn't do it. Metal Gear, the Master Snake Collection Volume 1, $60 looks like the price point, and you can't play it with keyboard or mouse, which is fine. I'm a controller elite player, so yeah. Let's see. Would love the... Yeah. Found a collector's store near me. It's been a dangerous week. Oh my god. The store that I went to in person for some of the games, because I got some games for I bought it, but it was for my birthday, so I actually do know some of the games I'm getting, and they're in the closet right now. But that store had Funkos. There really weren't many good ones. Like, there weren't, really wild ones that you would find at, a collector's shop. They were kind of, more of the generic ones. So that was disappointing. But their games, for sure, they had some cool games. So, how many years younger are you now? 27. Turned 27. 3 more years. I will consider myself young until I get to 30, but no, that's a little mean. No, I've heard that, as you get older, age is but a number, and, when you're in your 30s, you don't really care. It's not really all that old. I believe that stuff. I think I'm mature enough to kind of think ahead like that, where I feel fine. I still do martial arts. I teach my daughter martial arts every week. I do stuff, some of the katas and whatnot on my own. I don't have stamina anymore. I had pretty good stamina back when I was 18 to 22. I could do 2-3 hours of workouts of falling, on the mat, getting up, doing forms or katas or whatever, doing self-defense and throws and all that kind of stuff. I could do that teaching. I taught the kids and stuff. You could do that stuff. I could do that stuff for 3 hours. I can't do it for I could do it maybe 30, 40 minutes now. So that's definitely fallen, but I still feel really good. And, besides the hair loss thing, I don't think I look very old. I think the hair thing kind of makes me look older. So hopefully we can get this fixed one day, and then maybe I'll forever look young. Oh my god, you've never played Asylum or Origins? Those are well, I wouldn't say Origins is a classic. It's a really good game. Asylum is, I think, by definition, a classic. Hopefully PC release. Yeah, that'd be freaking sweet. Happy birthday, Alex. Hope all is well. Thank you. I would thank you all, and I can. Scotty Fitness, Absent Baby Daddy, which I always love that name. Denisha, Syraxis, Shay, Nicola, Jacoby, the Mighty Liam, Nakedus, Snake, Lone Wolf, Simon. All of you guys. Thank you so much for all the kind words. I also want to talk about a little bit of the channel over the next couple of weeks as well. So let's finish these comments, and you guys can keep commenting, of course. Arkham Origins. I just want Origins remaster. Happy birthday, and my birthday is almost here. When's yours? In July? Early July? My sister's is July 11th. It's actually pretty close. I hope they don't touch the story for Red Dead. I hope so too. Did you see the new? I did. I saw the new trailer. I told my daughter, and then we watched it together. I thought there'd be more Matthew Lillard, to be honest with you. Oh, I can tell you guys now. I don't know who cares all that much, but this Saturday is the Comic-Con in Denver. We're going, and then I'm gonna go up to see Nev Campbell and Jamie Kennedy, and I think Nolan North. I've seen Nolan North a few times, gotten a few autographs, but I think those three is. I know Nev Campbell for sure gonna have her like autograph one of my Scream movies, but Nev, Jamie Kennedy, and Nolan North. So that'll be fun. I'm gonna get pictures, I think, with all three of them. So I'll be posting some pictures on Twitter, maybe a community post here or something. I don't know. So that should be fun. I hope they don't recast the cast from Arkham games. Agree. I do karate. Nice. Kata's killed me back. Yeah. I mean, doing them back to back to back, and once you get up there, I mean, I know like, just bare hands. There's like 16, 17 of them, and then there's stick forms and stuff. So there's 4, 5, maybe like 20 plus. If you do all those in a row, you're feeling it, by the end of it. I can't really do that anymore. I was 9 when Asylum came out. Oh my God, you young buck, you. 2009, so 14 years ago. So I would have been 13. I was 13 when it came out. What do you think of Armored Core 6? And you can get a hair transplant someday, but your hair don't look that bad. Thank you. What do you think? I'm excited for it. I think I need a little bit more before I like buy it, just because I've never been an Armored Core fan. But I'm definitely I'm looking out for it, and it already looks really good. But I think I just need to see a little bit more just for me to, buy it. And then I guess I can tell. So I got these pills that stop entirely hair loss. So that's one thing, because you can do a hair transplant thing, and I'll tell you right now, it's very expensive. It's like $8,000 or something, I think, to do what I would need to make it like really full. I think it's $8,000 or $7,995 or something. So $8,000, but there is a pill that stops like the whatever it is, the hormone or whatever thing in you that causes it to happen. And both my parents' genes have it. That's why I have it. But if you take this pill every day, it stops it entirely. And I've been doing that the last 3-4 weeks. So, and nothing's happened, which is a good thing. So I'm playing Final Fantasy 16 and no spoilers, but this crystal boss is pretty difficult. Every time you think you've reached like the climax of a Final Fantasy 16 fight, there's always a little bit more. And there's always the next one that'll be better than it. I don't think they always get better than the one before it, but most times they do. Most times each fight gets better, which is absolutely nuts. So, I did Taekwondo, and on days when people were getting promoted, we had to do every single kata. I forget what it's called in Taekwondo. Yeah, or like pattern, form, up until that point. Yep. And my daughter, she takes, I teach her from the guy who taught me. And then when we go to visit my family, she tests with him. We were very close. We still are close. We talk every month. So she gets tested. So she's moving up there in the ranks. But I'm not going to force her to do it past when she doesn't want to do it. I don't think she'll do karate past 12 or 13. I did it my whole life, but I'm not trying to make her me. July 17th. Nice. I should be around. Will I be back by July 7th? I don't know when I'll live stream next. I'll probably live stream that week. Just remind me, Parker, or we'll be live that Thursday for the Save Point podcast on Plus. So we can wish you a happy birthday there too if you want. I was 1 when Asylum came out. So you're 15? Oh my God. DJ Steph, thanks, buddy. Happy birthday. Thank you, Hound. Warrior of Hades, happy birthday. Thank you, Hyper and Rex. Long-term side effects, not much. Every pill has a side effect, but I'm healthy. I think for my hearing is going and stuff. My family has history of a lot of different stuff, but you live your life, and if things happen, they happen. My grandmother on my mom's side is deaf, or almost deaf. My grandfather on my mom's side is blind, like completely. So they've both had cancer. My dad's dad died many, many years ago when he was like 70. They have a lot of issues. But my dad's mom, she lived to be 100. She actually died last year. I saw her one last time when I visited last year. She had turned 100, visited her, and then she kind of completely fell apart and died like a month after we left. But, it was honestly really good because I got to say goodbye and she got to say goodbye to us. And we all knew, But she was 100. She had loads of health problems, but she survived. She made it that long. She had a heart transplant at like 92. She was a warrior. So, I don't know. Things happen. I'll deal with them when they come. I think I'm pretty healthy. I had hernia surgery when I was like 22. So I've had a surgery young, but they put in the mesh or whatever it is, and it hasn't happened since, so it's okay. Batman Arkham Games remake, I hope the suits look to be improved, and what Batman punches, I hope they feature bruises. Oh, that'd be freaking sweet. They announced the casting for Superman. Yep, they did. I don't know anything about those two, but they look good for the roles, so I'm willing to give it a shot. Will I be okay, so yeah, the 5-day early access for Starfield. So probably now there's a site that does the codes for content creators for Starfield, and I applied to get it. So I think if I were to get it from them early, it would be that 5-day early access. If I don't get it from them, if they don't give it to me, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. You can get it on Game Pass, and it will be free, or you could then buy that deluxe edition, which is a huge jump in money, and it's for 5 days. Can I wait 5 days? Honestly, I probably can. So I might have to hold off on it, to be honest. Some kid at my job told me they were born in 2012, and my jaw dropped. Oh my! So they're 11. Well, I don't know if it's that. That is, I mean, if they're just a kid that went into your job, right? That's a little crazy. When you she's 9 and a half almost. When you're around, when I pick her up from school and stuff, it's like you're used to seeing all those kids. I'll tell you though, kids grow a lot from 9 to 13. Christy was watching a TikTok of a girl that was 13. It was the mom. The video was on the mom, but the girl was talking, and the girl was 13, and she sounded like an adult. She didn't sound like she was 13, what you would think of as a 13-year-old. But, even when I pick her up, I see 5th and 6th. Honestly, it's 5th and 6th graders at her school, which they would be 10, 11, or 12. And they look pretty old. There's a huge difference between an 11 or 12-year-old and a 7-year-old. It is enormous. But then there's really not much difference between 11, 12, 13, 14. They don't change that much. So it's kind of you know what I mean? When she's in 6th grade and when she goes to middle school, I feel like it'll, and I remember, that's the first years I remember in school. I don't know about you guys. First years I remember is 4th grade. 4th grade on, I remember a lot of just even day-to-day school stuff. And then there's the bigger moments holidays or get-togethers with friends and stuff. I remember some of it when I was in 3rd, 2nd, 1st grade, but 4th grade on, I can't remember my teacher's name in 4th grade. I know she was pregnant. And for quite a bit of the year we had a substitute, but I don't remember her name. Hill, maybe? But yeah. I remember some things about pre-K. I cried a lot. I didn't want to go. So I didn't want to go to school. So I remember crying a lot, but not much else, to be honest with you. Yeah, from pre-K, I remember my kindergarten teacher. I remember nap time in kindergarten. I do remember that stuff legitimately. I remember lying on the mat, doing a thing, which they don't do that anymore, by the way. But when I was in kindergarten, you would have a nap time, and you would take a nap for 30 minutes. They'd turn off the lights, and she didn't do that in kindergarten, so a little bit different. Child labor, a customer. There you go. Liam, what's up, buddy? I had a heart surgery when I was 1. My God. Yeah, I mean, people go through a lot. You see those videos sometimes of kids when they're just born or 1, 2 years old, and all this stuff, all the tubes and all that stuff that's running through the kids when they're that young. I'd like to think that like hardens you. That would make you very, very strong having to go through that at a young age. And obviously, you don't want that to happen. But you look on the bright side and you say, well, those kids made it. The ones who did make it, they made it, and they were tested, very early in life, and they passed. That's good. That part is good. Not that they needed it. Scorn is coming to PlayStation. I saw that. I didn't really like it. I didn't like it. And it's not that it was on Xbox. I just didn't really like the game. Happy birthday, Alex. All the best to you. For some reason, I thought you are a Leo. No worries. Thank you. Thank you so much. Is it Cancer? Is that what it is in June? Your prediction so far regarding Game of the Year in the PS console. Well, if it's PlayStation, I think it's got to be Final Fantasy, right? But then by the end of the year, I think it probably is either Final Fantasy or Spider-Man. Game of the Year in what the journalists will say, I do think Tears of the Kingdom is going to win. I think Starfield will be great. I think Spider-Man, obviously Final Fantasy, but I think journalists, like that's my prediction, journalists at the Game Awards will vote Tears of the Kingdom. Not that it's not good, but just that I think it's already won. So, I had heart surgery when I was 2. My God. I wonder what's worse. Having heart... Now, I mean, neither of them are ideal. But, like, you think of having hearts... So, like, my grandmother, when she had it at 92. Or maybe it was 94. 6 years ago. Yeah, it could have been... It could have been 94, not 92. Maybe make an asterisk there. I have to ask my dad. Well, number one, she needed that or she would have died. That's what the doctor said. They said, you're going to die like if you don't do it. And then they said after they did the heart thing, they said she has the heart of like a 40-year-old woman as that old. But I wonder if it's worse to have a heart surgery in your mid-90s or when you're like 1 or 2. Both are not ideal. Both you wouldn't really want to go through. But which one? I wonder which one has the higher likelihood of making it out of it. I don't know if that's a good question. I feel like that is a question. Hey, Alex, I want that Red Dead Redemption remaster to be real. I do too. If Kingdom Hearts ends, my life may also end. No, Kingdom Hearts will never, as long as Nomura makes games, which he's got probably like 15 years left, we got it for a while. And somebody can pick it up after that. Since it wasn't too long. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you remembering pre-K and me remembering pre-K. So for me, that'd be what? 23 years ago? I do remember, like, I think I remember, though, because I've driven by it. I don't remember it, like, in that moment. But I do remember, like, a slide in the room. I remember a couple of my friends in pre-K. Like I said, I remember taking naps in kindergarten. I remember crying in kindergarten. Like, I can picture it. And so that was when I was, 4 or 5? I would have just turned 4. Yeah. So, I mean, 23 years ago, I think that's pretty good. I work at AMC Theaters. Nice. Feel ya? Yeah, I don't think people do nap times now. I think that was a thing in the early 2000, like 2000 on the dot. I remember that date in September. I remember that. Not like anything negative, but I remember being picked up that day. I do remember that. They don't have nap time. Yeah, I don't think they have nap time. I feel old whenever someone is born after 2000. Yeah. Well, she was born in 2014. So you feel old now? I always say I was born in 2002, but raised as a 90s baby because of my parents. Yeah. There you go. Make yourself feel a little bit older. You were born in... I knew you were younger. When's your birthday, Wicked? You were born in 2002. So did you turn 21 already? That's still so young. I haven't played it because my dad pawned my Xbox. Oh my God. Happy birthday. Thank you, Crescent Twilight. Appreciate it. Liam, thank you, buddy. My youngest brother was born 4 months premature and was literally the size of my hand. He's 27 now and happily married. He wasn't supposed to live. I'll tell you, it's special. like it's special that those kind of things happen. That's honestly really great. Yeah, I think Red Dead 2 should get a port too. Thank you, MSG Entertainment. We share a birthday. Well, happy birthday to you as well. Any June 28th people. Is Elon Musk's birthday today? I feel like it's also today. There's a couple. I know Omrecker, YouTuber, is today. There's a couple birthdays that are today. You know what I like? Now, I think of numbers just the way my mind is. You know what I like is when you turn the age on the day, and that, you know, eventually you're gonna pass it. So like even like so my daughter hasn't done it yet, right? Because her birthday is March 24th, so she would need to be 24 on March 24th. I still haven't hit mine yet, right? I got next year. So next year I'll turn 28 on June 28th. I always feel like those are special. That once you hit 30 or 31, you've passed all of it, right? So they can never happen again. So it's a pretty special thing when it does happen. So next year. How are you like? I love 16. Yeah, I made a video. Oh, it's Markiplier's birthday today too. Yeah, my daughter just wrote that. Yeah, Markiplier. I mean, that's a big one. I feel like the 28th is a pretty big one. Markiplier, Ohmwrecker, me. I mean, that's gigantic. And then I think Elon Musk's. I don't know that for sure. That could just be a totally wrong thing. But so for Final Fantasy 16, number one, I love it. I think it's a great game. I think it's like this far off of greatness, of being like one of the best games ever made. So that's how I think about it. I'm actually gonna, once I'm done with this live stream, there'll be a video that goes up in like an hour or two where I talk a little bit about, Final Fantasy not being Final Fantasy. I talked about that controversy. I talked about the Nomura controversy with it and the sales controversy. So that'll be a fun video. Well, Sims 5 did get announced. It's that project. I don't remember what the project name is, but it is announced. There you go. So you're 21 and a half. We're getting closer to the end, though, because of how the story's going to the second phase. Yeah. Yeah. Yet again, I mean, like, the Master of Masters can end Kingdom Hearts, I feel, and it probably should be the natural end. You could make it more. You could make this Master of Masters arc take 15 years and then end it, and then you'd be, you know what I mean? You could do it. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't really think it needs to go on past this arc. You know, you have the Xehanort arc or saga, and now you have the Master of Masters. You don't need it to go past it. But we're not in charge. And we're going to buy all of them. We all know that. We're going to buy all the Kingdom Hearts games. I'm not going to go to the theaters to see the Five Nights movie, but I will watch it on Peacock or whatever it comes out on. Paramount. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, I'm going to watch it that night with my daughter. And we may both. She may do it with me. We may both review the movie. So that should be fun. Come on, we got to end something. To me, Kingdom Hearts is one. Yeah. I think Kingdom Hearts will eventually end. But I just never want to see. You know, of all the things that should end, like Uncharted kind of ended naturally. I think Halo should have ended, and it didn't. So there's plenty of things I think that Transformers movies I think should have ended. They didn't. So there's plenty of things I think that should have ended, and they are still going. One of the Starfield devs are confused by Microsoft making them to make their game. Yeah, it's not even one of their devs. It's what Pete Hines. It's like one of the highest guys at Bethesda. He was confused about it. Yeah. Bob the Tim, thank you. Samurai Lease fan, what's up? Thank you. Was on the 8th, turned 26. Late happy birthday. I think I wished you happy birthday on that day, Epic, but 26. You're getting up there too. April 28th, 2005. So you're not even 20 yet. You're 18, right? Yeah, 18. I passed my date pretty quickly, the 5th. Yeah, like Chris, my wife, hers is the 4th. So you passed that rather fast. You know, it's just the late ones are the more exciting ones. Like something first. You passed that in the first year. You know, it's a lie when they say nothing lasts forever. Something stupid. Kingdom Hearts ain't one of them. Yeah, Final Fantasy. I think Final Fantasy can go forever because it's about like the themes. It's not about the characters or location because it's always different. You know what I mean? If it was 16 games off of Clive or Cloud or Lightning, then yes, it would end. But because it's always jumped, I don't actually think it needs to end, to be honest with you. Kingdom Hearts, because it's Sora. You know what I mean? That is why, I think. I think Spyro 4 comes before Crash 5. Happy B-Day. Yours is just one day after mine. Happy birthday. Happy day late birthday. How old are you? Tell the class your age. No, happy birthday, buddy. Yeah, Elon's birthday. Got nothing on me. You're always this positive because you're not going to age, so you don't have to work. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no, I try to be, life can get stressful. And, just to quickly, for the channel and stuff, I don't know if you guys even care, but, the channel, I'll be very honest with you guys. Over the last couple months, the channel has been struggling. The channel has had a lot of struggles. I think the primary reason, and this is not me, begging for contributions like YouTubers do. You can do memberships and super chats, but that's not what this is. I'm just telling you genuinely. I think it's honestly because of the economy and the recession. I think ads are down. Ad rates are down much more than normal. I've talked to other creators that have messaged me worried about it, and I've tried to make them feel as good as possible, honestly, because I feel bad for everybody that goes through it. But the last, April, May, June, they have been some rough months on the channel. Views are down, but they're not down that bad. It's more about like the revenue, the money. That's down. That's down a lot. But I have a game plan in my head. I've talked to my wife. We got things situated. We're gonna make it through it, and and that stuff, I would only ever say in like a live stream like this. I don't, we're not gonna make a Red Dead video where I talk about my finances. That stuff doesn't need to be in it. But no, I try to provide what I can for you guys, and we try to have fun, and I try to enjoy these games, and I think the fall is going to be really good. I'm going to lean into Spider-Man. I'm going to lean into Starfield. I think we're going to rebound in August. I think August will be a rebounding month for the channel. Subscribers have slowed too, but I think that's kind of natural for a lot of channels like mine. I'm not really worried about that. We'll get to 75 and we'll get to 100K. It's just going to take some time. It's definitely going to take some time. We're definitely going to get to 75 by the end of the year. That's for sure. But no, I appreciate it, Elvis. Thank you. And great name. Yeah, why is the story different in 16? I don't get that. Where's a boy? Could what happen? Well, it's the story. We can't explain the story of 16 in it. You'd have to take some time. The story of 16 is not. It's nuts at times, but it is. I think you can follow most of it. I think there's just some parts of it you can't, to be honest with you. Sir Axis. The music in Final Fantasy 16 is so good. Some of the fighting music, oh my god. It's legendary, the music. I hope 7 Rebirth can like do it, because now our expectations are like up here. And 7 Rebirth doesn't to me seem like it's going to have the same stakes as 16. But I think the 7 arc is more very character driven. Whereas 16, it does have character moments, but it's also about the world and the scale of it all. I think Cloud and Tifa and Aerith, I think it's more like character-centered. So that should help. 7 Rebirth. Okay, let's see. Max, thanks, buddy. Yeah, because Scorn had an exclusive time period. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing either. Gabe, thank you, buddy. It's actually ridiculous how bad the FTC is fumbling in court. Yeah, the FTC, yeah. That court stuff, I mean, the info that's coming out, very interesting. Microsoft going after Square Enix or contemplating it. They were going to buy Sega, or they were thinking about that one very carefully, right? Like, that stuff is wild. So, that kind of stuff, finding out Elder Scrolls and things like that. Those are fun things. Seeing the emails between Jim Ryan and Phil Spencer, these two like titans, feels like very surreal to see something like that. But overall, it's all a joke. Like, it's a complete joke. It feels very odd to see these things, but some of it's really cool. The plot of Crash 5, I don't know. It has to be something with Cortex. You know what? It doesn't, though. You don't have to have Cortex be the villain every time. I do love him, and I don't mind him being the villain every time. Kind of like the Joker, so I wouldn't actually mind it. Happy birthday, buddy. Love your channel. What's your latest Scream 7 theory? Thank you, Aqua NYC. Well, I'll tell you. Scream, I don't know if you saw Aqua. I'll tell you now in case you're still in the chat. I'm going to be seeing Nev Campbell and Jamie Kennedy this Saturday at the Denver Comic-Con. I'm going to do the autograph picture kind of combo thing. So I'll post pictures, maybe make a video on it or something. But I got a couple Scream videos ready to go for when when I'm seeing my family in Niagara Falls. Got a couple Scream videos. And then when I come back, I got the date for the Screamathon. We're actually going to do it. Got to start talking to people, but I'm going to throw a big Scream event around mid-July. That's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. In terms of Scream 7 theory, Sam will die. We'll just go like right off the deep end. I'll still be here, but I'm playing some VR. You that's totally fine. This channel is like a home place to me. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, I want to see the Master Masters. I think the Master Masters is going to be pretty freaking sweet to see in Kingdom Hearts, to be honest with you. I hope Sly comes back too. I hope so. September and October is your month for sure. Yeah. No, I feel good. I feel good about the fall. I really do. Because I think, not even just the fall, like you think August will be a lot of Starfield and Spider-Man stuff. You just got to get through July. And I got some plans for July. But I think August is going to be great. All the games, September, October, November. December is the Game Awards. You do get Avatar that month. You get the stuff for next year, 2024. I think it'll be fine. Hopefully this stupid writer's strike, all this Hollywood stuff gets solved and we can get Scream 7, can start moving forward. I feel good about it. So I really want GTA 4 remake. That's a good one. That's actually a really good one to ask for. I want 4 back as well. Please tell me IV is 4, right? I think it's 4. Sims 5 looks awful. It's being free to play. The free to play thing scares me. Being free to play scares me. Not even just because it's EA, but because it's Sims. Honestly, because it's, okay, Sims is probably the way it is because of EA, but because of how Sims has done it throughout the years, being free to play does scare me, for sure. The hideaway music is top. When you're I can't hum it. When you're fighting a boss and it's this epic music, and then all of a sudden it kind of mellows out into almost like a main menu kind of theme song, and then it goes back up again. I love that hook. And my wife actually said that's a weird track for the thing. I was like, it is kind of weird, but I actually really like it. I really like it. So I wish I could donate or super chat or whatever because you definitely deserve it, man. One of the best YouTubers. I don't care. Well, thank you. No, it's watching them, and that's why, I mentioned the economics in the channel struggling because I try to be, I never try to fake things, right? I'm trying to be real with people. So I think, just to have a little peek back into my life, we're doing okay. We'll make it through. I got a plan, over the next couple years. Got a fallback plan, if things happen. So got things planned out. It'll be okay. But I do, I appreciate people watching. Obviously, that's the best way of helping the channel, right? Just watching any video. Maybe even if you don't care about the video, watching it. That's the best way to support at the end of the day. And being here right now is awesome. I hope the new RoboCop game is good too. I do look forward to Life by You. I've been keeping an eye on it. I've been a Sims player my whole life. Me too. Not my whole life. Maybe when I was 11 or so is when I kind of started. Final Fantasy music has classic FF and then just off the wall crazy stuff in battles. Yeah. Yep. That's how I see it. Hey Alex, yes. Spider-Man 2 is probably the biggest game in October. However, Super Mario Wonders wants a word because that could be the biggest game. Alan Wake could be the best game in October. But yeah, I think Spider-Man is probably the biggest. As an Xbox player, part of me hopes they continue with the potential deal with Warner Bros. Xbox. Well, they've been having their eyes on. I think Sega's happening. I think they're eventually going to buy Sega. Square Enix, that one's kind of odd because we all kind of think that Sony will buy them, but Microsoft could have done it in 2019. They just didn't. So that one was kind of shocking to find out. I wish Days Gone 2 wasn't canceled as well. Who do you have on Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg? I really don't like Zuckerberg, so I'd vote Elon. In terms of who would actually win, well, doesn't Zuckerberg do some sort of jiu-jitsu stuff? So that one, if it's a hand-to-hand fight, you can't do locks and stuff, then you're not really at that much of an advantage. So I would just like Elon to get trained and then, have him win. So, yeah. I do prefer Elon over Zuckerberg, but Yours is the only channel membership I keep. I would like to do more, but finances are tough. Yeah, no, and that, like, ads are down because revenue. No, let me formulate what I'm saying here. Revenue is down because ad rates are down because the economy is a disaster, and other people are suffering too, right? And that's I was telling my wife that the other day. Like, I really try to put that in focus as much as I can. Look, I love money. I focus on, like, numbers, and so, like, how much you have in certain accounts and stuff. My brain is very odd, and maybe I'm gonna get it tested one day. But you do have to think, like, look, this condo is too expensive, and it keeps going up every year, and it's annoying, and Colorado's a very expensive it's one of, if not the most expensive states. But you have to think, like, you still have it pretty good. And I honestly, that's such, I don't want to come across like I'm this philosophical channel that's trying to, like, teach people, but I really try to think, like, you have it pretty okay, or I do. You got a wife, I got a wife, you got a daughter, you got dogs, you're playing games for a living. Now, I don't think I'd be able to do that if my wife didn't have a job, so thank God she does, but you got to kind of think, okay, where am I compared to other people? Everybody is going through some tough times right now. Like, this is not, sorry for those that believe the economy is actually doing good, because I think we're kind of screwed. So everybody's going through a rough time, and I totally get that. It's not just me. So why, for these channels to make it all about them, everybody, the average Joe is not doing too great right now. So you're seeing Nevin. Yep. I could see Matthew, and Skeet, but I only have so much money. And so I'm picking, I want to see Jamie Kennedy just to kind of tell him that I appreciate his channel, because I really think he's, like, a genuine guy. And Nev, I gotta see Nev Campbell. I don't get the hype behind Final Fantasy. How many games are we gonna get? Yeah, we probably could. I get the hype. Yeah, I want the next Pirates movie to go forward too, so I can start making videos on that. I'm definitely going to play Spider-Man in October. Mario Wonders, I'm going to get. Will I get it and play it in October? To be decided. And then Sonic, also to be decided. Sonic coming in at is $60, right? That's a lot. So I think I might wait on that one. But I'm really impressed with what we saw about it, so I don't want to skip it. I'm going to try to not skip it. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown at Gamescom. I got to be honest with you, I've never heard of that game in my life. But the odds are possible. Yeah, true. The actors are almost certainly going to strike next week. This would literally put all of Hollywood on hold for years. Literally worse than the blank delay. Well, and the thing that you would imagine, right, is that if they strike, then the deal is probably going to be reached within a few weeks after that. So hopefully by August, everything is fine. Yeah, the Jiu-Jitsu thing. Hope Stellar Blade. Yeah. I made a video for Stellar Blade that'll go up when I'm gone in early July that I talk a little bit about it. Sims Bustin' Out. I remember that game. Happy birthday. Thank you, The Straight Edge Show. Thanks, buddy. A lot of people are saying the Red Dead Redemption remaster might delay GTA 6, which doesn't really make sense. Yeah, I don't know if the one would impact the other. I don't think you would announce both in the same month, though. It's like, to be fair, if you did Red Dead, say, in July, I don't think you would also do GTA in July. But I don't think GTA can't get announced during the time Red Dead is, like, in the know. Like, if you know Red Dead's real, say those 6 months before it releases, I think you could announce GTA in that time. And I think that's what's going to happen. Zuck does have lizard powers, that's true. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts, do you think we'll get some news in September this year? According to a leak, Kingdom Hearts 4 releases in 2025, and we'll only get 5 trailers. Hopefully they have learned. Oh, God. September. Is September Tokyo Game Show? That's possible. That's possible. I could believe that. Oh, from their mistakes in the past about spoiling Kingdom Hearts, having certain key events and characters play out. Yeah, I hope Japanese companies, I do feel like, kind of respect the fans' opinion more than most. I definitely feel that. Even the way, like, Yoshi P talks about Final Fantasy 16 with, like, more DLC. And his response is literally like, I want to see what people say about it. I want to see their reception and what they want. Then we'll make DLC. I just feel like they kind of have a pulse on people more than Western companies. So I hope they saw the legitimate concerns with Kingdom Hearts 3, because there were not people like freaking out for no reason. There were legitimate things. And I hope they saw that and said, okay, we're going to fix that. I have very little interest in Crash Bandicoot until Xbox buys it for Game Pass. So I watch your vids on it anyway. Actually might convince me to play it on Game Pass. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, I haven't played it in a couple days because I've just been doing Final Fantasy, but I might try to play it like one time before I leave. Because if I don't play it by Saturday night, then I'm not going to play it till like July 14th, 15th, somewhere in that range. So I'll be taking a huge break from Crash. Well, I'll be taking a big break from any game for a while, but I got to go back to play Crash. The Polar Express, fantastic film. Ahoy, happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like personally Sega would never really want to sell to Xbox. Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like they could get bought. If there's any studio or any publisher that could get bought, I think it's Sega. Yeah, Super Mario Wonders I feel like could be the biggest thing for sure. Alan Wake 2 won't sell very well. I think Alan Wake 2 is not going to sell well either. Especially ever since the new movie came out. Thanks, took my name off the only Elvis this world knows. Greetings from Europe, Albania, by the way. Though I am married to an American, love and vibe to your channel daily. Well, thank you. No, I really appreciate that. That's funny. That's funny. So the American moved to you to get out of this area, huh? No, that's funny. Hope you guys are doing good then. Given the next South Park game is 3D, what do you think it's going to be about? I would really like them to continue what they've done with the other two, even though it's probably not going to be that. So I've said this before, like I'm not really a South Park fan. I've watched a couple episodes from start to finish. I watched clips and they're really funny. I think I like South Park, but I've never really taken the time to watch them. But those two games I adore. I love those two games and I had no expectations for them. So I think that's what I will do for the next game. I don't care what they do. I don't care the jokes they tell. Just make a really fun game. Gameplay's got to be, if you did a gameplay like the Fractured Butthole, that's fine with me. And then, you just have the jokes. You just have some funny moments. So, move to another state or country. Me? Oh, yeah, it's that easy. It's that easy. Let me tell you something, Parker. I don't know how old you are. I don't know what your situation is. I have moved around. And I'm not like an explorer. I'm not the most mature. I haven't seen the world like other people. But since I've turned 22, I've moved 1, 2, 3, 4. I moved 4 times to 3 different states. So I have been around a bit. I know how hard it is to move. I drove the freaking U-Haul that towed a car, and I thought we were going to die, and I was afraid to do it, but I did it anyway. I'll tell you, it's not that easy. It's not that easy to just move to a different... maybe one day I will, honestly. I don't know if we'll be in Colorado forever, but in terms of country, no, I think I'm good in the United States. I don't really want to go to a different country. My grandparents are from Canada. I am Canadian. I'm part Canadian. My grandparents live in Canada. I'm actually going there when I visit my parents in July. We're going to go to Canada. It's like 30 minutes. It's not. Because Niagara Falls borders, the border. It borders the border. Are you going to stream the THQ showcase? Probably not. Well, is that tomorrow? One of them is tomorrow, right? Or is that the Focus Home one? There's something tomorrow, and then there's something Saturday night. Saturday night is the Bandai Namco one, I believe, right? I will watch both of them, but I probably will not. Definitely not. I don't think I'm going to stream either of them. I will cover anything that happens tomorrow. Anything that happens Saturday night, even if they announce like Elden Ring DLC, I'm probably not going to cover it. Because Sunday we go to the airport. We're going to leave at like 3 or so. So, I don't know. I don't want to be... Christy would not like that. I wouldn't even really like that. I don't want to make videos the day I leave. So, I'm probably not. Anything that happens Saturday, I'm not going to cover it. There you go. I will start covering, just so you guys know. So here's my plan. We'll keep going on the stream, but just you guys are the diehards. I feel like you should know. So what's happening is Sunday, second half of the day, we're going. And then I feel very proud of myself. At this point, I think I've done almost 30 videos. I've recorded 30 videos across all 3 of my channels to go up in July. So the plan is the Monday, which is the 3rd, the Tuesday, which is the 4th, I'm not going to record. The days I will record is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then the following week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Those are days that I'm still at my parents', but I'm going to make videos. But I'm only going to do a couple a day. And the reason I made 30 is so that some of those videos can go up even those days. So like Wednesday, next Wednesday, I'll do some like live that day, but there'll already be some that go up. And they're more evergreen stuff. They're more like general kind of things that don't need to be timed. Weekends, I'm not going to record. And then I'll be back the Thursday, which I think is the 13th. So that Thursday on, we'll be back to our normal thing. I'll be doing live streams and videos and stuff. But just so you guys know, you're going to see, like I did an Immortals of Avium video before it got delayed. So that video might seem weird, but just remember I recorded it to get it out, later. So things like that. I always put a lot of pressure on myself. I'll tell you again, genuinely, honestly, every year, we've gone to my parents' now 4 summers in a row. This will be the 4th summer. Every year I will make videos ahead of time, again, to not have to do 5 to 7 videos a day when I'm there. The first year, I don't think I did it. My mom wasn't very happy. I understand that. So over the last couple of years, I've tried to do like half and half videos pre-recorded and then half while I'm there. This year, I mean, if I do 6 days, if I do 3 each, 18. Oh, yeah. I'll have done double the videos versus how many I'm doing there. So I've done so many ahead of time. But what I will say is most years, those videos tank. They do horrible. I don't think so this year. I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself because the last couple months have been a little rough. I feel like these videos are good. I feel like these videos will do good, and I'm happy with them. So I hope people watch them. I hope YouTube will send them out. But no, I think I got some pretty fun videos for 30 of them, and I think they're going to do quite well. This is the year I'm going to break the trend. I'm going to do good in July. 3 years ago, Ghost of Tsushima came out in July, and that was a pretty okay year because Ghost of Tsushima came out. As a full-time employee, grinding on the side, everyone is, people have 2 jobs, 3 jobs. People don't see their families. People don't always, like, this is a nice condo. It's not that nice, okay? There's some houses around here that are like mansions. I'd like one of those, but this is a condo. It was built in 2018. It's new-ish. I'm not saying privilege because I think people work for what they get. But, you have to sometimes think life is tough, and it definitely is, and everybody's going through it right now. But you got it pretty okay. You got your health, and if you don't have your health, I guess you're not doing so great. But if you do have your health, you're doing good. Which is why this community is such a win place to be since, oh, no, I skipped by it. Since everyone here rocks. I appreciate that. Oh, Cloud Raw, thank you, buddy. And Ed Tones, thank you, buddy. Nice sticker. What is that sticker? That's a dog? I appreciate it. Happy birthday, dude. Appreciate all that you do. Thank you so much, buddy. And Cloud Roth, you wicked. There's a lot of people here. Well, obviously, Nick Wild fan is epic. T-Los, Zillion Jester, all you guys. Absent Baby Daddy that I just love the name. Lone Wolf. I'm Sir Axis. Okay, let me fix this stupid camera. So many of you guys have been here for like forever that I really, really appreciate. And I hope you guys honestly know that. That's one thing I try. I used to thank people for watching my videos early in the videos, and now I don't do that. I do it at the very end. But I hope you guys honestly understand like how much I genuinely appreciate you guys. I try to remember your names. I know I'm really bad at like responding to comments or like Twitter and stuff, but I really try to remember. So many of you guys, Nicola, like all of you guys have been around for so long. So I really appreciate if you've been around for a month, you've been around for 5 years, which I know some of you have, or you watch just the Scream stuff, you watch the gaming stuff. I hope you know. I really do try to remember all you and appreciate all that you do. I have backup plans, right? If things ever went too bad on the channel, I never want to quit. I never want to stop. Unlike some people that are like miserable with their life, or they're so selfish, or they only accept one opinion, or they're a console warrior and they kind of like limit themselves of what they like or don't like. I don't ever want to stop. Like, I love doing this stuff. I think I could do better, definitely. Like, I think there's room for improvement. I think there's different kind of things I can do, but I never want to stop doing this stuff. So hopefully wherever I'm at, wherever the world's at, hopefully I can always do this stuff. I'll always be like gaming. Like, I can't stop playing games, So there's a tangent. You think we see everywhere at Gamescom? If you don't know what it is, it's basically the Roblox type game by Leslie Benzies, who is the producer on the... Oh, I know what that is. Yep, I know what that game is. That'd be fun. That'd be sweet. That's a trailer. There was a trailer for that, right? It's like a robotic like thing. I know what game that is. Maybe. Gamescom is kind of like Jeff could go really big, or he could have absolutely nothing. Like, that's how Gamescom could go. I'm going to New York on Saturday to visit, and 4th of July, nice. I will say, I told my daughter, because she was looking at, like, the weather, but, like, the weather for New York, like, Niagara Falls is so far away from New York. You can't look at the weather for New York and think that it's Niagara Falls. So I was telling her, I said, you have the wrong location on your thing for the weather. I've never been to New York City. I've been to Toronto 5 times. I think 5. For concerts and different things like that, but I've never been to New York. My mom has like 8 times or something insane, something ridiculous. The Sims Medieval. I've heard of it. I've never played it. I don't think well, we do like the sparklers, those sparkler things in your hand. We do those, and we'll watch fireworks somewhere. I'll be honest. I like fireworks, but I don't like going out for like 4th of July fireworks. That is totally a holiday I would just skip completely. Barbecuing and stuff, like, that's always fun. Sparklers I like to an extent, but if there is a holiday with like the thing that you do, like Christmas, you have a feast and you open gifts and you have a tree, and Thanksgiving you have the thing for the holiday, the thing for 4th of July being fireworks, I could easily skip it and not care. I like the barbecuing, though, like hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff. Still no news about Missing Link. Oh, I know. I actually forget about it so often, but if anything were to ever pop up on it, I would be, like, on it in a heartbeat, Yep, D23. D23 is in September. I do love Pirates 5. If you like Pirates 5, I think you might like a certain scene in Final Fantasy 16, which is basically ripping off Pirates 5, which I loved. I think DLC is very possible. They didn't confirm it, but they have mentioned like additional content down the line. He said that. So I do think there's going to be DLC. Yeah, 2024, Wolf Among Us, Death Stranding, Wolverine, Outlaws, Suicide. Yeah, 2024 I think is going to be pretty good. It's probably going to be a little bit more spaced out, more dead period, but for every year that's dead, you'll get announcements for other things, right? Like, if the year is dead, the next year probably won't be dead, so you'll hear about that year. So I think you'll get some big games next year, and we'll also probably hear about 25, maybe Wonder Woman, GTA, Dragon Age, Mass Effect, BioShock, Judas. I mean, you can keep going, right? It's a long list. WB Montreal's next game. Sony stuff, Last of Us multiplayer, Last of Us 3, the sci-fi game from Santa Monica, Gears Collection, Fable, Hellblade, State of Decay 3. I mean, there's Clockwork Revolution. So yeah, Nintendo did the same thing for Metal Gear though. So I see people getting mad at them for Arkham, and they should get mad. But Metal Gear, they did the exact same thing like a week ago. So you should get just mad for both of them. I have seen Zootopia, I think I have. I don't know if I've seen Zootopia. Oh, are you I didn't even know there was a second one. Maybe I did. Maybe I already thought there was a second one. I can't say I'm that excited. I want to make 1,000 videos on South Park. Yeah, I think I'd cover it to a good extent. I covered The Fractured But Whole when it came out, and it did really well. So I think I would lean into it a bit. And if I were you, Wicked, I'd lean into it a bit too. Yeah, Square Enix and Sony kind of together there. Let's see. I think the third game is definitely going to follow the first two. I hope so. Life is Strange 4. When do you think Life is Strange 4 is going to get announced? Maybe next year. He's got The Expanse this year, so maybe next year. Does it matter what time I post? No. I think if you condition people, I literally mean that. If you like mind control people, if you condition people, I've seen people that upload videos at like 9 or 10 at night. I've seen videos of people that upload in the morning. I've seen you do it throughout the day. As long as you're kind of known for that, I think you're fine. Or if the video just kind of catches on, I think you're fine. I think YouTube themselves will say it doesn't matter what time you upload a video. And I think that's true. There are some points of the day, like say 2 a.m., where there's not a lot of people on, so you probably don't want to do it then. But some people do it very late at night or early in the morning. I like how the South Park games have unironically good gameplay, especially given the fact they were turn-based. Oh, yeah. Like, you don't think of it, but then you play those South Park games, and you're like, holy God, they're so good. What are you thinking about moving country? I doubt. Yeah. I'm not really in the mindset of moving to a different country. Happy birthday. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it, man. All right, let me try to catch up. Yeah, the Bandai Namco one is Saturday night. It's literally at night. It's like 9 or 10 at night. Just like the Ninja Gaiden, like a Dragon Gaiden games. Oh, it's the 11th of August. Oh, it's not tomorrow. Something's tomorrow. It's not THQ. Annapurna. It's Annapurna Interactive or whatever. That's tomorrow. That I'll be watching and I'll cover because of Silent Hill. THQ, maybe I will cover. Maybe I'll live stream it. August 11th. We'll see. She'll be in school, so maybe. Dead Island 3. I think there will be a Dead Island 3. I'm just busting your blank, and I'm of Canadian descent. Ah, gotcha. I mean, Canada is pretty awful. Like, if Canada wasn't, I think, worse than the U.S., I think I did consider moving to Canada when I was, like, a teenager. I was like, yeah, I would maybe do it. But, no thanks. But I do visit Canada to see my grandparents. I think when they go, and they're, like, 87, so within the next, like, 10 or so years, I don't know if I will ever go to Canada again. But until then, I will go to Canada every so often. What's your Metascore prediction for Starfield? Ooh, very early. Very early. I will say 89. I'll say 89. That's a good question. Also, this year we have 3 channels split. Yeah. Wicked. For every year, I've made it harder on myself than the year before. So, like, 2020. Yeah. The year of blank around the world was the first year I did it, right? So summer of 2020. I had just started Podcast Now Plus, and I don't think I did any videos ahead of time for that channel. So I did it all at my parents'. So I do think that's what upset my mom, is I was doing so many videos. So then, and then 2021, 2022 was just the 2 channels. Now this year, I have 3 channels. Now, honestly, I only made 2 videos ahead of time for Back to the Past. I'm just gonna do 1 a week the weeks I'm gone. So, yeah. Tom Henderson says, "Yep, I saw the Star Wars Eclipse thing." Yeah, and he says 2026, but that it will. Yeah, he says it could possibly be delayed. I think it is gonna get delayed. So I was gonna cover it. I looked back at the videos I've made on Eclipse, and they've never really done well. So I was like, eh. And considering it probably isn't even gonna be 2026, it's like, it's not worth it. Things you hope they improve for Spider-Man 2. Mainly crimes, which they already kind of did that for Miles. So, strengthening the story, focusing on those Spider-Men, and kind of the open world aspect of making the crimes dynamic, making them kind of big and feeling impactful, things like that. But Miles did a lot of that. Get any cool gifts? Not yet. I'm one for surprise. My wife hates surprises. My wife, okay, her birthday is in August. She already has her birthday gifts that she uses. So Christmas, she'll ask for things early. She'll like demand I tell her. I try to hide like 5 or 6 things from her. Going into Christmas, I try to hide stuff, but generally she knows most of it. Me, I've always loved surprise. Like, I love to be surprised, so I don't ask for Christmas. I demand that they don't tell me. My birthday, same thing. I got a couple older games that I bought myself, and we used it for my birthday, so I do know a couple of them. But like I said, for what I'm gonna do, because I think I've gotten a couple like cooking things for my birthday from my father-in-law, but any Funkos I get, I'm gonna do for a Patreon or YouTube exclusive video. That's just the $2 tier. So if you want to see any new Funkos I get, it's just the $2 membership for July. Then you'll see it. For the games that I get, the older games, I'm going to do a video on Back to the Past, my third channel. And the video will go up like Friday. So I'll have that on Friday. So that should be fun. Don't make me cry like that. Memories going up now. We do, man. Don't worry. You communicate with the community on an awesome level. We appreciate it. I'm so far behind, I don't know what these comments are for. Whoops. It's like a symbiosis. Your videos help us understand our works. We help you. Yeah. Oh, I think it was when I was telling you how much I appreciate you. I think that's what it was. No, I do. I do appreciate you guys. And everybody, Juan, different than Wicked, different than Syraxis. In fact, all 3 of you, I believe, came for different things. Absent Baby Daddy, I think you came for Scream. So like everybody just comes for or came originally. Like the Scream community, I think is freaking awesome. It's one of the best communities that I've ever seen when it was kind of being built up. The gaming community, we got like the Arkham kind of group, the Kingdom Hearts group. I mean, it rocks. So I love doing it. I've been working hard. The last couple weeks, I've told you guys this, leading into it. Like I knew it was going to happen. I think for 3 weeks in June, I made roughly 8 videos a day, maybe on average 7 to 8 videos a day, Monday through Friday for 3 weeks. That's a lot. Normally I do like 6, and now I did like 2 more. This week I did a lot less because I did it in time, so I don't have to do as many this week. Then when I'm visiting my family, I have to do very little. And then when I come back in July, like because of how dead it is, I don't have to pre-plan, I don't have to pre-record, right? It's not going to be that bad. But I'll tell you, I'm pretty, like I think I tweeted it too. I feel pretty proud of myself. Like I think those videos are pretty good. I think the thumbnails are pretty good. And I did like 30 videos extra on top of just the daily stuff that I do. I do 4, 5, 6 videos a day. And then every day I did like 1 or 2 extra videos for July. And I didn't run out of topics. In fact, I have extra topics. I've written down. I was going to talk about Hades 2, and I didn't do it. So I have like other things I could have done, and I didn't do them. So I feel pretty proud of myself. And like I said, I feel like this is going to be the year that you guys, I'm sure, the diehards watch the videos. But I think YouTube will appreciate the videos that are going to go up in July. I really do. I think so. I've been following your channel for 4 or 5 years. Thank you for keeping me updated on the news or on the day for gaming. Well, thank you, buddy, for Bob the Tim for watching. I love the name. I got an invite to play test for a Roblox-esque game. I don't know if it's everything or not. Ooh. I did not get invited for the Mortal Kombat thing. The new Wolverine game is going to be interesting. Agreed. I think it's going to be rather good. Devil's Advocate. Thank you, buddy. Do you think Halloween franchises? Yes. Yeah. But to be fair, I'm not really a huge fan of Halloween. I've watched the first one. I've seen like essay videos on a bunch of them, so I know what happens. But I'm not like a diehard. Kills and Ends, I think, are both really bad movies. So I don't think it's in a great spot, but I'm also not the best person to go to for Halloween. You know what I mean? I stick to Scream. I know my Scream stuff. I feel like I got some good opinions on Scream, and I stay in my lane, and I do not deviate. Yeah, Texas Chainsaw actually worked rather well for the tech test. Epic, it did. Imagine Spider-Man 2 we get to play as Venom. Yeah. I think we could. I think we could play as Venom. Hightail just got its first external playtest. They finally finished the major reworks on the game and the engine. Nice. St. Catherine's on... Wow. Do you know where... Parker, do you know where Thorold is? St. Catherine's is not that far from Thorold. That's where my grandparents are, is Thorold. Pretty small town. That's funny. That's funny. All right, I'm going to try to catch up here, and then we'll probably wrap it up. And I have to edit the other video, and then I don't think Christy's getting off work yet. My mom's going to call me eventually. I don't know when. I remember when you were doing Hogwarts and said, if you were here just for Hogwarts, it's okay if you go. At the time I was, but I stuck around and watched your channel grow. You deserve it. Thank you. Thank you. I meant that. A lot of people did it. A lot of people did leave, but not, again, you do it long enough. And I do think I'm not that old, but I have been around enough to kind of like see those patterns. I knew that was some Hogwarts channels lost subscribers. Like thousands of people left their channels. Some channels that just relied on Hogwarts kind of like cratered. Like it happens, and there's no disrespect to those people. There's a lot of very talented people. It's just literally when you get an audience on a thing and then that thing ends, people kind of disperse. And I knew that was going to happen. I didn't want it to happen, but I meant it. You know, if people left or if people did leave, I wish them the best. I think they'll come back when Hogwarts Legacy 2 gets going. I will be here. I'm sure they'll come back. And if you want to stay, you stay, you know? I would say the same thing for Kingdom Hearts and Starfield and Spider-Man and all DC games. I think people do it for DC games. They'll watch the DC stuff. They don't care about anything else. They'll come back for the next DC game. I think that's how these people operate, which, again, if you're around so long, you know it's going to happen, you know? So, I appreciate, how do you say your name? Bandito? I hope that's, I don't actually, when I see your name, I don't actually ever say it out loud in my head, but I do recognize you, and I super appreciate all the support you've always given me, because I know you've been around for a while. Yeah, Transformers Reactivate is the Transformers game. I want that badly. I want that badly. I was trying to buy Fall of Cybertron and War for Cybertron, and the prices are quite high, so I didn't get them, but I want to get them. Life is Strange 4, there's only one thing to do. You bring back Max. That's what you do. You bring back Max for Life is Strange 4. I wish we could go back in time when most anime movies or shows would get licensed games all the time. Yeah. I want good licensed games, though. I don't want bad ones. First Elder Scrolls trailer in 2025. Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, by then you'd have Avowed already that's out. Outer Worlds 2, you'd have that. I mean, that's what gets me. That's what makes me want to do this and never stop. Is they never stop. Gaming never stops. There's always something. There could be a God of War game 6 years from now, but there could be, right? That kind of keeps you going. Again, like Judas is just a weird kind of random example. You know, Giant Sparrow, the ones who make Unfinished Swan and What Remains of Edith Finch, like they'll make a game eventually, and I want to cover it, right? So you find reasons for like keep going. What do you think the chances are Rockstar ends up doing a okay, I would say 20-80. I think like 80% chance a remaster, 20% chance a remake. I think that's where I would put it. Metascore for Spider-Man, 90 to 92. I think 90 to 92. No, the Red Dead remaster is, well, it's a rumor that it's a remaster, but we are definitely getting something Red Dead related soon. That's like confirmed. Yeah, Canada is basically, yeah. They alternate which one wants to be more terrible. No update on Pirates 6 and Johnny Depp. Just the last thing that Bailey said. That was the last stuff that was said. So, yeah. Alex, thanks, buddy. I came for Hogwarts Legacy, stayed for everything else. Thank you. I'm glad I got you, because you've been an amazing supporter too, and just a great person to talk to in the chat and all that stuff. So yeah, I will not. That's the thing. I love that. I love getting people for one specific thing, and they end up just like liking the rest of it. Those are the best people I think, versus anybody else, to be honest. There's great people that only like certain things, but the best person you could probably hope for if you're in my shoes is somebody that comes in for one reason and then says, oh, I like 50 of these things, not just one. Those are my favorite kind of people. And I have a lot of those people, honestly. A lot of you guys are that. I am going to play, for sure going to play Mortal Kombat. Tekken would depend on the time, but I think I would try Tekken. Any interest in indie games? Oh my God, don't even bring up that Poppy's Playtime. I'll whisper it. Don't even bring it up. My daughter's so into it. She could probably make a channel and outdo me with that stuff. So I have very little interest, if I'm being honest, but she does. I've not seen Scream 6. Get on it. You heard it? Killer Clowns from Outer Space? No, but I did do a video on it. That's one of the videos I did for July. So we'll talk about that in like a week. But I'm keeping my eyes open every day. Is Peter going to be Venom? I personally don't think so. I think he'll get like bad enough where you'll have to take him out as Miles. But I don't think like what we think of as Venom, I don't think it'll be Peter. Thoughts on Harry Potter? I haven't played it. I saw the trailer. I saw people are playing it. I have not touched it. Have you, Max? What do you think? When can we see some gameplay in Quidditch Champions? I thought Summer Game Fest, so I guess I'll say Gamescom. Happy birthday. Thank you. Yeah, Fallout Cybertron is so good. Transformers Reactivate is a free-to-play co-op game, basically a Warframe copy. Yep. I honestly wouldn't mind it. Like, I will still take that. It's not the Transformers game I would have made, but I will take it. Oh, yeah. I'll make the petition to make a Life is Strange game about Matt. That's what you do, I'm telling you. Now, Life is Strange is like an anthology thing. You don't have to have reoccurring characters, although Max and Chloe and David, well, David is in 2, and then Max and Chloe, because of that, they're mentioned, whether Chloe's alive or dead. But, you don't have to have the characters returning, but I think you do. I think you need to bring back Max. And we're in a world of multiverses and character collabs and stuff. Like, come on. There's more to Max's story. There is. That happened over like a 5-day period. Maybe a little bit more than 5 days. I mean, it happened over a short period of time. She was just 18 years old. Let us see her as an adult. Come on. I don't know how long it took place. I'm trying to think, like, what did the events from episode 1 to 5, how long was that? It wasn't that long, right? It was probably like a week. Was it a week? A month? It wasn't that long. I have to play it again. I've played it like 4 times, but I guess I forgot that. Okay, it's pronounced like Bandito. Okay, there we go. Got it. Vigilante 8. I wish I could tell you that I know what that is, Juan, but I don't. Miles was short, but it's a spin-off game. We see Max and Chloe in the final. We do? When? We see them in True Colors? True Colors isn't that much time after Life is Strange 1, is it? Huh. I also came for Hogwarts. Nice. I did hear about Scorn coming to PlayStation. I found you during our wait for Hogwarts Legacy, but stayed because I like that you cover a variety of games, including some of my other favorites like Persona. Oh, yeah. I think Crescent Twilight. I got you with Persona. And I promise you that Persona is going to be a big... It's not on... I can't say it is a big part of the channel, but I promise you it will be a big part of the channel because I love covering the news and the rumors. And I think when 6 gets announced, I'm going to cover Persona 6 a lot. And when the game comes out. I covered 5, but I had no idea what I was doing. I started the channel like a year before it. It was awful. It was honestly terrible. I'm just going to pretend like I didn't cover Persona 5, but I did. Yeah, Scorn is coming. It's on the way. I came here too for Hogwarts. I still pop here and there for your videos and lives. New job takes a lot of the time. I wish you the best, Gabe. Hopefully you're doing okay. I believe it, though. New jobs and all. No, I meant when they make the... Oh. That's what they should do with the final Life is Strange game. Yeah, I think you do one when they're in their 20s, I think is what you do for the next one. Never played a Persona game. Sir, I don't know. You play Final Fantasy. I don't know if you'd like Persona, but I would give it a try. Like Sir Axis, I'd say play Golden. Play Golden and see if you like it. Just play like 10 hours of it and see what it does to change your life or not, I think you may like it. So, YouTube refused to let you leave my recommendations page. Good. After you appeared covering every game ever, I decided to sub. And you've been a great, when you're on the live streams on Podcast Now Plus, I really appreciate you being there and talking so much in a good way. Like, it's not a negative thing. So I'm very glad that you stuck around. I'm glad YouTube did that to you. The PlayStation, I'm not a fan, honestly, Cloud Roth. What do you think? I'm not a fan of that Q Lite. Nope. Just not. It's just in what it can do. I just don't see why it's necessary. Give me the PS Vita 2. Do it. I dare you. Give me the Vita 2. I'll buy it. So, that's my opinion on it. I want a Persona franchise collection physically. That would be sweet. I don't know if you'll ever get that because Atlas is awful with collections and remake. We know how crazy they are. How long does it take you to edit a video? Depends on the video. Sometimes it can take 20, 30 minutes. Sometimes it can take longer than that, depending on if it's more of like an essay one or if it's like, if I do a video on like 10 different games, it can take longer. If it's just on like one thing, it doesn't take long at all. But on the flip side, I have to think about the video. I have to record it, and I make like, 5, 6, 7 of them a day. So that's what adds up. Making one video is not that bad. What's on my nose here? Maybe it's like a scab. Q stands for questionable. It really does. It really does. Rayford Rice, what's up, buddy? Thanks for being here. All right, guys. I think I'll take my out now. I'm going to edit the Final Fantasy video about the controversies, put that up, and we'll go from there. I'm still going to do videos tomorrow and Friday, and then I'm probably going to call it. I'll be on Twitter. Oh, look at that. I'll be on Twitter, but in terms of live video making, although you'll see videos on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I won't be recording anything during those times. So my first time back will be Wednesday, and I'm just going to pick like the biggest stories of the day, and I'll do a video those weekdays. Everything else you see will be pre-recorded. You'll probably be able to tell what I did ahead of time versus that day, I'm going to assume. But honestly, guys, thank you so much for being here. Really do appreciate it. This is probably the last live stream, I think, until middle of July. Maybe I'll do one when we come back. When I come back, like that Friday, we can do a live stream just to talk and maybe announce the Screamathon and stuff. Anything else? So this will be the last time streaming for probably like 3 or so weeks. So it'll be a while, but I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. I don't feel older. Maybe one day I will. And thank you for all you do. Well, the super chats, the likes, the views on the videos. Really appreciate it. Check out the channels, subscribe, and all that jazz. And I'll see you all in the next one, okay? Have a good day, guys. And I'll have a good birthday. And like I said, thank you for the birthday messages. And the stuff that I get, I'll post on Twitter or make videos on. You'll see what I get for my birthday, okay? Thanks for